Hello everyone and welcome. I apologize for the technical difficulties. My computer actually froze up right as we were about to start, so I had to shut everything down and reboot it. But we are ready to begin. Playoffs are beginning today. I'm really excited about this. I've got a few of my good friends with me. I'm going to start over on my far left. This is my buddy Braden Can. He is a wonderful, wonderful guy, but God help you if you forget his birthday, which I did this year. I was on COVID time, and I actually saw him on his birthday, and he said, what did you say to me? I bumped into you on Main Street.
Yeah, I think, well, I didn't say anything to you on Main Street, but at your sister's house, I was like, so you got anything going on? Special date today, or anything happening? And didn't clue him in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never hear the end of that.
No.
On the other side of me over here, he's been on the show before, representing the over 40 crowd, is my good buddy David James Graham. Dave, still upset that the Oilers fired Chiarelli back in February of 2019. We can discuss that a little bit later. And then I've got one more guy here with me, and you'll notice he's wearing a different jersey. It's my buddy Shawnee Belanger. He's never actually been on the broadcast with me before. But he's got some really good insights that he's going to bring today. Sean actually has one of my all-time favorite quotes. We were discussing the Flyers Maple Leaf series back in 2002, and I said to Shawnee, there's just no way that Philly's going to win this series with Roman Cechmanek in net. And Sean, in true Yogi Berra fashion, said, well, Rye, you know that, and I know that, but you never know. Yeah, so
it's a good point.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun today, and what I wanted to do first is play a little trivia game to test your guys' knowledge. Shawnee's not an Oilers fan, but he knows his hockey really well.
He's a trivia guy.
I really hope that you availed yourself of the study material prior to today. If not, you might be in for a bit of a long afternoon. So Lacey and I. Back in January or February, we started watching Jeopardy a little more regularly. And because of COVID, they had to stop recording at some point in the spring. And so they've been playing a lot of the greatest hits, some of the all-time champions. And so that inspired me to make my trivia game Jeopardy inspired. So my hope today is that this will be the greatest NHL Jeopardy crossover since this photo was taken at the 1990 NHL Awards. So this is Blogman Rise Oiler Jeopardy.
Oiler Jeopardy?
Yes.
I really did think that this was about the new Taylor Swift album.
No.
So I am really well prepared.
Right, obviously.
But only for folklore.
I mean, you can opt out if you want, Dave.
Oh, I think I'm going to opt out just naturally, just by the way the game works.
Okay, so we're going to
Trivia's
just...
not my strong suit either, so.
Yeah.
Battle of the
My
Dudes.
trivia is my strong suit, but
Just Taylor Swift.
mostly related to
Fair
Taylor
enough.
Swift.
Yeah.
You never gave a warning sign. This was about the hockey.
It was on the thumbnail, Dave. Anyway, let's leave that alone. This is what we're going to do to decide who gets to go first. You guys are going to do a three-way rock, paper, scissors. Glad I finished that
Efficient.
sentence.
Just another three-way.
Rock, paper, scissors.
You had me at three-way.
Okay.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. What?
Oh, I can't.
Whoa! What was
I
this?
couldn't see.
Okay,
Well,
are we
you lost
doing
anyway.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Okay, let's shoot it.
Rock,
Ready?
paper, scissors. Okay.
Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, so
Did
Do
you
it
have
again.
all different? So
Yep,
go again.
ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
So Shawnee is going to go first. Excellent. Also, I don't have any buzzers, so you guys are just going
That's
to
not
put
gonna
your
be a
hand
problem.
up or grunt or whatever if you have the answer. I also just want to clarify before we start that Alexander Selivanov is not the answer to any of these questions. I'm not saying that to psych you out.
I'm out.
I really wanted to fit him in here somewhere.
couldn't do it.
Just didn't work. Okay, so our categories for today are nicknames, working overtime, Wayne's World. I think you guys know what that category will be
Mike
about.
Myers. Yeah.
Inspirational quotes, and the ones that got away.
Chiarelli.
Taylor Swift.
Okay, so
Taylor does.
Shawnee, I believe you won the rock, paper, scissors, so you get to go first.
Alrighty, I'll take Wayne's World for 100.
Wayne's World for 100. Number 99 was easy to spot out on the ice because
got
of his
it.
trademark way in which he wore his jersey. Yes, David.
He wore his jersey hitched up over one hip and tucked into his pants.
That is right, what is tucked in. Dave first on the board with 100 points.
I think he said the answer incorrectly. It's what is one tuck?
I apologize. Did you answer in the form of a question?
Probably
So-
not.
You know
like a
what?
statement to me.
I'm gonna show some grace here and allow that from now on. Please answer in the form of a question.
Do you know, apparently he did that because when he was little, his shooting action was impeded by the jersey being too big because he was playing always up a league.
Right.
I mean, I'm just hoping we can stretch the first question out where I got it right so that I don't need to answer anymore.
If we ever play this game again, I'll add that
Okay.
little tidbit in. Dave, you're up $100 and the board is yours
I'll continue in the category, Wayne's World for 2.
for 200. The Great One scored 50 of these in his NHL career. Yes, Braden?
Shorthanded goals.
That
What are
is-
shorthanded goals?
That is still incorrect. You're negative 200. Anyone else want to take a stab at this?
I'll take a shot.
Mr. Graham,
Overtime winners.
that is also incorrect. Shawnee, would you like to wager a guess?
If it's goals, I'm going to be really mad.
No.
You're going to pass?
Can I go again?
No, you cannot. The answer is, what are hat tricks?
I would have even guessed that anyway.
Okay,
See, now
so,
I'm winning, so.
yes, something to be proud of today. Dave, the board is still yours.
Wayne's World for 3.
Okay. Rarely one to say anything controversial, Gretzky referred to this NHL team as a Mickey Mouse organization in November of 1983. Drawing some blank stares here.
I remember this interview.
I think we might just play the trivia game and then go watch the game.
Yeah,
because
fair
there's
enough.
25 questions.
I'll take a stab
Shawnee,
at
go
it.
ahead. Who are
Who are the Quebec Nordiques?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Does anyone
Okay,
else want
I'll
to?
take a stab.
Okay,
Who are the Edmonton Oilers?
that is wrong also. Dave?
Well, I'm guessing it's a Southern California team, but I don't want to guess.
You're passing on this?
I'm so far out in front now. These guys are never going to catch me.
Okay, the answer is who are the New Jersey Devils?
Oh, wow. I didn't
Wow, what a chaotic disaster. Dave, you're still on the board.
I feel like Wayne's World has been kind to me.
400 or 5?
I'm go with 4.
Okay.
Wayne's World for 4.
Gretzky infamously made this statement regarding his tears at the press conference announcing his trade to the Kings. I mean, Dave, this is your category.
I
You're the
remember-
only one who was not a toddler when this happened.
I remember the press conference, but I mean, I don't know what he referred to his tears as. Was he sad?
Okay.
Was it to do with his sadness?
What is I promised mess I wouldn't do this? I think it's fairly iconic. Dave, do you
The-
want to finish the category for 500?
The mess
Unforgettable,
he's referring to, the mess is Mark Messier.
That's right.
I think he's
Yeah.
referring to our.
I could give you like 5
response in
points.
this
Could I get-
game.
500?
Yeah, I feel like, yeah.
Well, this player, who was sent to the Oilers in the Gretzky deal, would go on to have the unique distinction
Ding.
of playing in the Cup final for the Oilers, Canucks, and Flames. Yes, Braden.
Who is Martin Jelena?
That is right, and you are in the lead with $0.
Feels good.
Nicely done. Where would you like to go next?
Let's go. I'd like to go nicknames for 500, please.
Whoa.
James Holhauser, here we go. Spaz. Shawnee.
Who is Jason Spezza?
This
This
is
is
Oilers
Oilers.
trivia. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. Braden.
Who is Tommy Salo?
No. That is incorrect. David? This is the $500 question. There's no shame in getting this one wrong.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to win the game, and right now I'm in
okay,
first
let's
place.
leave it then. We'll leave it. It was, who is Yanni Nienema?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Braden, the floor is still yours.
Yeah. Let's do nicknames for 100. Let's dumb it down
Okay.
a little bit.
The Big Rig. Yes, Braden.
Who is
Pat
Patty
Maroon.
Okay. Dave, there is some etiquette here, bud.
What do you mean?
Okay, David, Braden is at minus 400
I've
now.
seen
and he
them.
still
I've
has
seen the
control.
show. This is the way the show works.
Can we,
I'll do nicknames for 200, please.
The Doucheland.
I know this one.
Doucheland-
I know the doucheland dangler.
Yes, Dave.
That one's Leon Draisaitl.
That is not formed or phrased in the form of a question. I'm afraid that's
Okay, just wait, let me try one more time.
no, that's
That
wrong.
is Leon
Braden.
Draisaitl?
No, Braden.
Who is Leon Draisaitl?
That is correct.
Don't they usually do the whole first round with the grace extended.
I feel like I did a good job of explaining the game.
Well, but they do.
Braden, you're up.
He'd give you a freebie.
I just hope
Okay.
somebody finishes not in the red here.
Yeah, me too. Let's go.
Well, I would have if you hadn't.
Nicknames for 300, please, Ryan.
Coco. They made a documentary about this guy. He's one of the best goaltenders ever to play the game. Yes, Braden.
Who is Grant Fuhr?
That's right.
Like I honestly, like
I
I
feel
just
like
didn't
you're
want to
trying to
guess
be
and
bad.
get it
Afraid to
wrong.
say that.
Okay,
I was.
Braden,
I was a
you
little
were at
afraid to.
100 and you still have control.
Great. Let's do nicknames for 400, please.
Gator.
I know that one.
Okay, David,
Jason
in
Smith.
the form of a question.
Jason Smith.
You're just doing that to be obnoxious.
No, I'm not doing it to be obnoxious.
Who is?
Who's Gator?
Who is?
Jason Smith.
Thank you. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dave.
We're running away with it, dude.
I would like
I forgot I was Oilers trip.
the ones that got away for 100.
Okay.
Oh,
Since being traded away for a fourth-line grinder, this goaltender has won 186 games, played in 3 All-Star games, and been nominated
I'm
for
gonna
the
let you-
Vezina Trophy. Yes, Braden.
who is Devin Dubnyk?
Nicely done. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Board is still yours.
Yeah,
We'll get
I
through
like this. The ones that got away for 200.
After being drafted and developed by the Oilers, this right-shooting defenseman was sent away
I
for
think
a
I know
couple
this
of
one.
draft picks. The 1920 season marked his 3rd consecutive 40-point season. Yes,
I
David?
think it's probably Jeff. Who is Jeff Petrie?
That is correct, David. You're up to $300, and you are now in the lead.
That's
So
amazing.
you now have control of the board.
I would like the ones that got away for 300.
After playing only 9 games with the Oilers, this player was waived and picked up by the Florida Panthers. He went on to have 9 seasons of more than 60 points and won a Stanley Cup against the Oilers in 2006. Ouch. Yes, David.
Who is Whitney?
That is correct. Wow. I did not see this coming. Dave is starting to run away with
We
the game.
did set the bar pretty low.
David.
I didn't know that.
Okay, the ones that got away for 400.
After being drafted by the Oilers and scoring 63 points in 126 games, he was traded away for Craig Miller and Barry Moore. Who? He went on to score more than 300 goals, mostly with the Buffalo Sabres. The music would really help, I think.
Yeah.
If I had.
Yep.
Shawnee,
Thumbs
want
up.
to take a stab?
I don't know.
Nobody?
No idea.
Who is Miroslav Shatan? Dave, the board is still yours.
Boy.
The ones that got away for 5.
After a subpar 4-goal season, this speedy left winger was traded away for a couple of draft picks and went on to regularly score 10 to 20 goals a season and play more than 1,100 NHL games. Anyone want to take a guess at this?
Doesn't even have a year on there. That's hard.
Well, it's the $500 question.
Fair enough.
I feel like did he play for Anaheim?
I don't think he did.
Okay, then I don't know.
Okay, let's just skip it. Who is Jason Chimera? Dave?
I would like inspirational quotes for 100, please.
Okay, everybody paying attention? Toby Reeder hasn't scored a goal this year. Toby Reeder has missed so many breakaways. If Toby Reeder would have scored 10 to 12 goals, we'd probably be in the playoffs.
Oh, I remember this.
Well, it's
David.
management. I like.
Who
Was
said
it-
it? I thought this was a gimme. Yes.
Who is Peter
like-
Chiarelli?
No.
It's Nicholson. Who is Bob Nicholson?
Thank you, Dave. Wow. Okay, inspirational quotes for 200. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I'd like 200, please.
Okay. I know a thing or two about
Oh, I know
winning
this one.
if there's ever a concern. Yes, David.
That's
Who?
who is Kevin Lowe.
That's correct. Shawnee, you got some work to do here, bud. Dave,
Yeah.
where are you going next?
I would like inspirational quotes for 300, please.
If you have to ask the question, you know the answer. That's how I feel about this entire game we've been playing.
I'm doing the best I can.
Would anybody like to answer this?
No.
You getting a phone call there? Guys, this is... Okay. Nobody? Who is Craig McTavish?
Oh.
Dave.
All right, I would like
These are the dark years. We were tuning them out, man.
inspirational quotes for 400.
I'm disappointed. General disappointment. There's your headline.
All I remember is this.
I
Well, it's-
can't believe I had you guys on this show. Does anybody want to try to answer this question?
Well, I'll give it a try because I'm ahead.
Who is?
Peter Chiarelli.
That's right.
1,300?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Inspirational quotes for 500?
I would like inspirational for 5, please.
You know what the perfect game is, Mark? 0 hits. Why? Because you have the puck.
I got nothing to lose. Who is Ken Hitchcock?
No, I'm sorry. You did have something to lose, $100.
Very little.
Okay, anybody else? My goodness. Who is Dallas Aikens?
Very forgettable.
I remember him.
Yeah.
I would like working overtime for 300, please.
Thank you.
I'm looking for that daily double.
It's not in here. Mere moments before Todd Marchand's series-winning goal in Game 7 of the 1997 Western Conference
I would like to
quarterfinal
guess
series.
at that.
Can I finish the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Between the Oilers and Stars, Curtis Joseph made a miraculous save on this Stars forward. Yes, Mr. Graham.
I think it's who is Joseph Nieuwendyk.
I should deduct more than... Anybody else want to answer that question?
I'll go,
Yes.
who is Brett Hall?
That's also incorrect.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you said Joseph Nieuwendyk. I thought you were messing around.
No.
Oh, okay.
Was it Joseph Nieuwendyk?
Yeah, I thought you were combining Curtis Joseph with Joe Nieuwendyk.
I'm not gonna fool around. I got it right.
It's your go, Dave.
Working overtime for 400, please.
This player's stick was put in the Hockey Hall of Fame after he scored the overtime winner in 3 consecutive games in the 2007-08 season. Yes, Mr. Can.
Oh, I should have put my hand up, but who is Fernando Pisani?
That is incorrect, sorry. And I think it's mathematically impossible for you to finish positive. Dave. Sean. Still? No? Okay. Who is Andrew Cogliano?
He's the one who played all those games for Anaheim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would have been a good time to bring his name up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
500, please.
In 1991, the last time the Oilers and Flames met in the playoffs, this player scored a hat-trick goal in overtime of Game 7. I'll give you a hint. He was Finnish. He was a pest.
A Finnish pest.
Who is Esa Tikkanen?
I knew once you said he was a Finnish pest.
Okay, a Finnish pest. Dave, where are you going here?
I would like working overtime for 200.
This player who was
Oh, I know the answer to
with
this
an
one.
ABBA song during home games scored the only shorthanded overtime goal in Stanley Cup Finals history. Yes, Dave.
Well, I think it was, who is Fernando Pisani?
That's right. Wow. One question left.
I'm really running away with it.
I don't even think Sean's put his hand up. Dave?
Well, he did once.
Once, yeah.
After Patrick Stefan of the Dallas Stars missed an empty net in one of the biggest blunders in hockey history, this player scored to tie the game with 2 seconds left.
Who is Ales Hemsky?
That is correct.
Oh, feels good. Finish on a high note.
Yes. Oh,
That's the one I actually
Well
know.
done.
that was painful.
Well, and just to think, I prepared for folklore and I still won.
Okay, we are tight for time, like super tight for time.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. The first question I have for you guys is, what was your favorite game from the 1920 season? We'll start with you, Braden.
Sure, my favorite game was the first game of the season for a couple reasons. We were playing the Canucks. We won the game. Connor McDavid got a goal, and it was glorious at the time, but also in hindsight, it was amazing after we found out what he went through with his injury issues. And going back and watching that goal again, it's even more incredible than it was live. That was my favorite game of the season.
Good choice. Shawnee?
Well, my favorite Flyers game of the season was actually Game 2 of the regular season, and we beat New Jersey 3-0. It was Carter Hart's first and only shutout of his career. That was on a 5-on-3. But also my favorite Oilers game was actually against the Flyers when McDavid split the D, got that loose puck, partial breakaway, and roofed it on Carter Hart. That kind of stuck in my memory.
Fun fact, Brandon Manning also scored for the Oilers in that game.
He did.
Wow.
Dave?
I think my favorite game is the Flames game in maybe early February when when Yamamoto scores. Just a big weight off my shoulders in that game to see him celebrate like that. And early in the game, like that was like a minute and a half in, and it was just a fun game the whole way through. And the goalie spot, I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
The goalie spot in that one. My kids really liked that. I'm trying to discourage that kind of approach to the game, but they really like the goalie fight.
Yeah, there was that string of 3 games there that were intense. That was something else.
Yeah. This might surprise you guys. My favorite game of the season was actually a loss. It was when the Oilers played the Bruins. I believe it was in February, and they were missing McDavid, Nygaard, Neal, Clefbaum, and Russell, and Cassian was also suspended. And I think they were tied for the division lead, but they were only like 2 points out of falling down to 5th. And so the season was basically hanging in the balance. And it was that game that confirmed for me the Oilers were going to be a playoff team. I think Boston's the best team in the league this year, and I think the Oilers outshot them 18-9 in the second period. They did lose in overtime on this goal by Pasternak, but that's the game for me that really confirmed that the Oilers.
Did Ethan Bear score to tie that game up?
Samwise actually deflected that in.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to say something about Ethan Bear?
I've just really enjoyed watching Ethan Bear. He's been, I think my favorite feature of the season has been the emergence of the young guys.
Yeah. Also, that stretch of 6 games is, I think, what wrapped up the Hart Trophy for Draisaitl.
Okay. Should Draisaitl win the Hart? Let's start with you, Brady. That was the next question.
No.
Nice segue.
No, I don't believe he should. I think
Okay.
Nathan McKinnon should.
Okay.
They were shorthanded. His best mate, Rantanen, was out. Landeskog was gone for a long time, and Colorado's an absolute force. And it's on the back of Nathan McKinnon. So I would, if I was voting, it'd be Nathan McKinnon 1, Draisaitl 2, and Pasternak wouldn't be on my, or Panarin wouldn't be on my ballot. He wouldn't be on the top 5, actually. He's a winger, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Shawnee?
I would probably vote for Draisaitl for sure.
You going to expand on that? That's fine. We don't have very much time. Dave?
I think the Draisaitl should win the Hart, and I don't think that it's particularly close. I think that he's the best player in the league by a wide margin.
See, I agree with Braden. I think Draisaitl should win the Ted Lindsay for most outstanding player, but I don't think he should win the Hart because of the definition of the award, most valuable to his team. McKinnon finished like 40 points ahead of the next guy, and they were missing all the other top guys on that team for extended stretches of the season. So, okay, I think we might just skip right ahead to discussing the series. The first topic of discussion is which jerseys would you like to see the Oilers wear in the playoffs? This doesn't have their new third jersey, but quickly, you guys, starting with Braid, what would you like to see them wear?
Well, I like the one that I'm wearing, or similar to the one that I'm wearing. So which one would that be? I guess the third one in, so the 90, 80, or 87, 88 jersey. I really like that classic look. Or the 18, 19, I really like the orange as well. I know a lot of people don't. It's quite polarizing, but I like that one too.
Yeah. Shawnee?
I kind of, is that 74, 75?
I think so, yeah.
I really like that jersey. The other one there, I don't like the orange in the middle though. But I do like that orange.
They're on the road jersey.
And then the one above that white, that 75,
Right.
76. That's a really nice jersey. I think that'd be cool if they went back old school.
Dave?
I don't think the Oilers were around in '75, but
I mean, that's what it says. Isn't that what it says?
I like
That's
this
what it
jersey
was,
too,
yeah.
which is, I think, similar to that one.
Right. I would like to see them go back to the navy blue 2006 run. I just have nostalgic feelings about that.
Not the
jersey.
Maybe
That's
they were in the
one I
World
wore.
Hockey Association at that time.
Yes,
They may have
That's
been.
right, till 79, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
See,
like,
why wasn't that a
when-
question?
Is that when they came in? 79?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay, here's another one for you. Who would you start in net? Braden.
Against Chicago, I would start Koskinen. And the reason why is because they're not a dump and chase team. If it was a dump and chase team, I think Mike Smith's the guy because it keeps him honest because he can play that puck. So it's almost like a third defenseman. But against Chicago, they carry the puck through the neutral zone. So, Koskinen's the starter.
Okay.
And they're a quick team too. I'd probably start Koskinen. But like Braid said, Smith is good at handling the puck, but they have so much speed. Well, yeah. Used to be.
It's the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, he's very
used to
effective.
be good at it, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I would start Koskinen too. Or who is Mikko Koskinen?
I would
really
also
played
start
well, too.
Koskinen. I don't like the way Mike Smith plays. I'm not confident when he's in the net. And this is a goal from earlier this season against the Blackhawks, and it was the one I was most frustrated with him because he doesn't come out to play the puck and just get caught and they shoot it in the empty net. And he also doesn't stay in his net. He's sort of, I don't know what I'm doing, and then it's an easy goal. So it's more about not playing Smith than it is about playing Koskinen. Although, at the game we went to in March, Koskinen stood on his head and made like 40 saves. He would have had a shutout, but I think they gave a breakaway up with a minute left or something.
They're carrying Skinner, right? Like they could play Skinner.
They could.
So if you're saying not Smith, then that still leaves you with a choice. Would you like Skinner or Koskinen?
I would like Koskinen.
That makes really good sense.
What do you think of Smith's playoff history? His stats are ridiculous.
That was 8 years ago.
It was last year.
Oh,
He had a
okay,
great
last year,
series
yeah,
last
sure, he played well in the playoffs. But the other thing is he's old, and because of the way he plays, he's so spastic. He gets hurt a lot. So I don't
spastic.
trust that.
Yeah.
The bottom line is I don't
You know
trust
who else
him
was,
to do-
that was spastic was Yanni Nienema.
Yeah, I think they called him Spaz.
They did.
Yeah.
That's right, it was Yanni Nienema.
Let's move on, guys. Who will be this year's Pisani? Braden, we got to move quick.
I'll say Ethan Bear. I know you really like Ethan Bear as well, but he is really something else. He's an eye opener. So I think because Pisani scored a lot of goals in the playoffs for us.
Right.
Maybe Bear won't, but he'll bring that heart and certain grit and what you need in the playoffs. I think Bear's the guy.
Good call, Shawnee.
I think I'll go with Yamamoto, and you guys will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure he had a strong end of the season, didn't he?
Almost
Oh,
a point
yeah.
a game.
He
Yeah.
was almost
I think
a point.
26
Yeah.
points.
Yeah,
27.
I could see him exploding in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because he plays with McDavid or Draisaitl, right?
He usually plays
Draisaitl.
at Draisaitl.
Yeah.
And Draisaitl loves him because he goes and gets the puck in the corner all the time.
I'm going to say Josh Archibald because, he's on the third line and he hasn't scored any goals.
I was going to pick Josh Archibald because he has scored some goals in the last 2 months here. Do you remember the overtime winner he scored against Carolina?
Well, I'm like,
He
yeah.
had 10 goals, I think. And I don't think he scored for the first 3 months of the season.
No, and then he went on McDavid's line and lit it. He
Right.
was so good.
I'm picking Josh Archibald too.
That's a good,
Okay.
good pick.
We will both agree to pick Josh Archibald for different reasons. Okay, we're going to go with our series predictions here. I'm going to give you a break here, Braden. We're going to
Okay.
start with Dave. Dave, what do you think is going to happen in this series against the Blackhawks?
Well, I think that the Blackhawks will win 3-2. No, I'm just kidding. I think the.
See, yeah, you told me
think the
3-1, so
I just wanted to see the look on your face because I knew you had it programmed in.
what a guy. Why do you say 4 games?
I don't. I think that the Oilers are. This is crazy for me to say. This is like I watched a lot of Oilers hockey. I'm going to say the Oilers are better defensively, and their special teams are so good. And it's so strange to say that because I've watched so many Oilers power plays where you just wanted to shut the TV off. But they are really, really good at moving the puck now, and they're defensively better than the Blackhawks are.
The Blackhawks are a defensive dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Braid?
Same. Yeah, Oilers in 4. And I mentioned to you before, I would have said Oilers sweep if Crawford was out, but Crawford's in, and I think he could steal a game potentially. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and give them a game. I mean, Patrick Kane's fine. Also, Taves, pretty good player. Duncan Keith, you never know. He might help win a game, but I wouldn't give him more than 1. I believe in Connor McDavid.
I actually think the reason that it's not a best-of-3 play-in is because the PA voted against best-of-3 because of Patrick Kane in the West and Carey Price in the East.
Yeah. That's
That
what
they
said
felt
anyway.
those guys could steal one game and then it's a toss-up after that, so they went with best-of-5.
Yeah.
Shawnee?
I went with the exact same thing. I think the Oilers win in 4. I would love to say in 3 because I'm still bitter about 2010, but I will give the Hawks a win. And I think the power play is going to play a huge difference in this because I think the Oilers are going to just wipe the floor with them on the power play and 5-on-5 really.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, Patrick Kane can probably take over a game. Maybe that's how they get their win, but
Yeah.
they don't have enough to beat the Oilers.
And the Oilers are deep at D. It's really
Yeah, it is
deep.
weird, isn't
I
it?
mean, it's 3 really solid.
I don't like saying any of this stuff
I know it's
because
scary and odd, isn't it?
it's just like, yeah, just saying the Oilers are deep on D is like
Yeah, and that's without
very
including
uncomfortable.
Bouchard and Broberg because we can't bank on them.
Yeah.
We got 6, and not including Benning. We got 7 NHL defensemen.
And not including Green, who's not playing.
He's not
Right.
playing.
I mean, he only played 2 games for us.
Well, I'm
anyway,
just
but
saying,
yes,
like, you know,
yeah.
like it. One of the indications is they were trading assets away at the trade deadline because they didn't feel like they were going to be
Right.
in competition, and so that the fact that they don't have Leonard in net is going to make them a weaker team, and we were adding assets, one of which is not going to play for us.
I also said Oilers in 4. A lot of diversity here. But the one worry I have, aside from Smith, is that Tippett is going to play Russell ahead of Caleb Jones. I
Yeah.
really like Caleb Jones as a third pairing defenseman.
Yeah.
Me too.
And Russell he gets it and he might as well play with a shovel sometimes because he just flings it up the boards. He doesn't even look for an outlet.
But he's a veteran, and I feel like that Tippett really loves that.
Yeah, I suspect they might play together, Russell and Jones.
They could, although I don't think he likes having guys on their offhand.
Yeah.
But they don't have Green, so
They don't have
I think
Green.
it doesn't matter who's
So then
on
it's
that
Benning
pair.
would be pushing up. So we'll see. Maybe Russell's 7th guy instead of Benning,
Yeah.
which I'd be fine with. I like Matt Benning. He's good.
I like Matt Benning too. When he's on the third pair, I think he's fine.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah,
he's
that's
asked
right.
to do more, he's in trouble.
What happened with Green? How come he's not
He
playing?
opted
He
out.
opted out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
didn't
think
know
he
that.
only
had
played.
Yeah, he's had some. I think he had pneumonia or something.
Right.
He had some issue about a year ago, and
yeah.
so he's concerned about his health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He barely played because he got hurt, I think.
Yeah, he hurt his knee
Yeah.
right in. Yeah.
Okay, it's almost game time. So one last question for you guys. How far do you think the Oilers can go?
They aren't going to travel at all. I mean, all of the games are happening in Edmonton, and so they're going to stay in the bubble just like everybody else.
Thank you, Dave. Braden?
Well, I agree with Dave.
No, because I know Shawnee's just going to agree with you. I'll start.
Okay.
It's too late for you to start. We already started.
So I think they're going to beat the Blackhawks. I think that they can beat any team that finished below them, except the Jets. I think because of Connor Hellebuck and they're healthy now, I'm actually picking Winnipeg to go possibly all the way to the Western Conference Final. But if they play any of those other teams like Vancouver or Arizona or Calgary or whoever it is, I think that Draisaitl and McDavid are hungry enough, and I think teams just cannot shut the power play down. Like I know people have been talking all year about, you're riding on your special teams, but they're that good that no one has come up with a plan to stop those guys. But if they play Colorado or St. Louis or even Vegas, I don't think they can compete with those teams
I
in the
agree.
best of 7 series.
Well, I'm not an Oilers fan, so I disagree. I think the Oilers can go all the way. If they get really strong goaltending, and, like you said, McDavid and Draisaitl are hungry, and having a guy like Zach Kassian, and even adding a guy like James Neal on the power play, I think they match up with anybody in the West. If they get goaltending, I think they can do it.
I'll just say, like, I purchased the NHL Live package today, and they give you an option whether to buy 1 month or the whole playoffs, and I bought 1 month.
No.
Yeah. Do you want to know why? Because it was $50 cheaper.
You're jaded.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm well on the same page as you, right? I think Colorado, St. Louis, they would have a big time issue with, but I mean Vegas would be tough, but I think they can beat Vegas. I'd be concerned about Winnipeg. And there's one dark horse team that I would be even more concerned about. Believe it or not, Minnesota. I was looking at their record. Holy mackerel. They started, I think, 1-9, and they ended up 7 over 500.
Right.
Yeah. So that stretch after the first 10 games was nuts.
See, if they had started sooner, I might agree with that, but I just feel like so much time has passed since the season ended. I think more time has passed than normally would pass between a Stanley Cup and training camp or start of another
Yeah, I think
season.
it's usually 2 months.
So I don't know, because Minnesota was hot, yeah, and I thought, I wouldn't want to draw them in the play-in round. but it's been so long now. I don't know if they're going to.
Well, we'll see. They've got some experience, so
And
and they rested up.
Just for the record, and I've told you this before, and I know I'm not in charge, but I think that this is really dumb.
To play the games.
Yeah, I wish they weren't playing any games.
Right.
I think this is dumb.
I don't want to go down that road. One of the reasons I wanted to have Hockey Talk today is I want to talk about something else other than politics
Yeah.
and COVID and all that stuff. I just realized there was a bunch of chat messages here that we didn't see, but we're out of time.
We're real
So I
pros.
apologize for ignoring
Are we out of time?
people. Apparently, my dad said hat tricks for Wayne Gretzky, so he got that one right. Well, it's 12:42, and the game I believe is starting at 1, and we gotta make a move.
But we
go
haven't
watch
talked
the
about
game.
folklore at all.
No, we haven't, and I don't think we're going to. But thank you for being on the show today, Dave.
It's fine.
And Dave is actually hosting. He's going to get things ready for us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it's fine.
Dave. Thanks. And I thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun. And thank you for being patient with me. I have a lot going on here. As you can see, I'm producing, directing, hosting, running audio. So
Makeup, hair.
So I hope you feel bad for me that Dave was giving me such a hard time today. But let's all enjoy the game this afternoon, and I will see you guys next time.